시청자 여러분 안녕하십니까. 2020 리그 오브 레전드 챌린저스 코리아 서머 스플릿 금요일 경기로.
Alright, sorry about that, I had to get it for a second. Welcome back to Challenges Korea 2020. How are we all doing today? Let me turn that down just a little bit. Maybe turn that down a little bit more. I don't know. That's a good level. Alright, well, welcome back. It's good times indeed.
그렇습니다. 1위가 지금 5승 0패인데 위를 달리고 있는 엘리먼트 미스틱이 3승 2패. 꽤나 좀 차이가 벌어져 있고 그 밑으로는 승수 하나하나에 따라 순위가 완전히 뒤바뀔 수 있는 그런 상황입니다. 그렇죠. 그래서 이제 오늘부터 하루하루의 경기가 중요하다고 생각되는데 특히나 그 1등에 있는
It's been interesting. Yesterday was a very interesting day, to say the least. Two matches that I expected to be quick 2-0s ended up not being 2-0s, and it was a very weird day. Granted, the first match shouldn't have been a 2-0. That was a bit goofy. But nonetheless, let's take a look at our standings real quick. Janair still 5-0. Looking for that first ever 6-0. Elm and Mystic are 3-2. Yesy Shane also 3-2, but Elm and Mystic is at a +2. LZ is 3-3 at a +1. Awesome Spear is 2-3 at 0. Honey Fresh played 2-3 at -2. Runaway at 1-3 at -3. And our last place is Griffin at 1-4 at -4. Not doing too hot. Hopefully we see a turnaround from them. Today, though, it's going to be Element Mystic versus Awesome Spear. The second place team versus the fifth place team. After that will be Griffin versus Runaway. The bottom two teams will be facing off, so somebody will hit 2 wins today. We'll see who that is. That second match is going to be interesting. We could see Nahun versus Mask, which would be quite the exciting matchup. Edge versus Nahun would also be kind of interesting and be an old familiar faces facing off against each other, but I want to see the future versus the past. That would be quite interesting. First, we're going to take a look at Alma Mystic's lineup. Let's see what we got in store for our first match today. Going to be Slugger in the top lane. Flare will be starting in the jungle over Gangnam still. Scarlet will be in the mid lane. Shark finally making a reappearance on the main lineup. As Karis will be the support for the... I believe that's the first time Karis has finally gotten playtime. I don't think we have seen Karis yet. It's been a long time since we've seen him. The last time we saw him on the CK stage was, I think, a year ago today. I think maybe... Well, not today, but a year ago. I think 2019 summer was the last time that they participated. Oh, not, I think, not even. I think it was before that. Yeah, actually it was 2019 spring, so it's been more than a year since we've last seen him. We did see him in the qualifiers a couple of times, but have not seen Kara since then. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to double check the rosters. And yeah, it will be the first time Karis has started since then. Meanwhile, on the other side, it will be Awesome Spear. They've won 2 matches in a row, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep up that momentum. We know that Element Mystic win on day 3 and lose, or win on day 1 and lose on day 3, but we haven't seen them on day 2. So Awesome Spear will have to face the mysterious day 2 Element Mystic. But we'll be chasing the top lane Crush and the Jungle Crow in the mid lane. Prince will be the AD carry, and Zeus will be the support. Storm not going to be in the mid lane. We are still seeing Crow. Always excited to see Prince and Zeus, one of the better bottom lanes in the league. Crush also has been playing very well recently. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Meanwhile, I think it's talking about how Shark and Karis are playing for the first time on stage together. Who knows? But Prince and Zeus, they've been playing together for quite some time. They've been playing for about a couple months now together. Probably longer than that. Crow versus Scarlet in the mid lane would be fairly interesting. So, well, it'll be an interesting match. Not really sure what to expect out of this one. As we're the key players. It'll be Flare versus Crush, and the jungle is going to be the key matchup. Crush currently second place in KDA. A lot lower in kill in kill participation. Excuse me. Wait, KP. Wait a minute, that can't be kill participation. Well, nonetheless, Flare currently undefeated on Trumbull. Crush undefeated on Rek'Sai and Jarvan technically, but only one win. So that Trundle will be something that's contested, something that both these junglers like to play. But first off, we're going to be going to the pick and ban phase. Ultimate Mystic going to be banning the Callisto away. Varus first ban, no surprise there from Awesome Spear. I wonder if we're going to see ADC being a focus. Zoe going to be banned away from Crow. Zoe's starting to see more bans recently. Twisted Fate, also something that's been seeing a lot of priority on being banned away. Probably expecting a set ban from one of the two teams. I don't think we are going to see any of Syndra, something else that this has kind of been priority. I'd like to see it be priority banned more, and if not, picked more. There's the set and the Syndra on the other side. Meaning Aphelios, Ezreal are both open, so let's see who wants to play the Aphelios into the Ezreal. 217 KP. Yeah, I think that stat's wrong. I don't think that's right. This man is not getting 217 kills and assists a game. That would be, and I'd probably accuse him of using the Poppy exploit. But nonetheless, it's going to be ELM Mystic that are going to first pick the Aphelios. Would have liked to see them first pick the Karma. Instead, we're going to see Awesome Spear get the best of both worlds as they get to pick the Ezreal into the Aphelios, and they get to have the Karma. So we'll see what ELM Mystic want to go with in exchange. Something that I've been talking about is the Blitzcrank into the Karma. I think is a really good pick. It's because you have that shield bust, and also it's Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank's always fun to play, always fun to watch. If you can land hooks, it's going to be a great time. You can get some cheesy invades in the early game. You can set up some nice ganks. And nonetheless, Flare are going to be taking the volley bear here. Scarlet. Don't pick the Thresh. Not a bad pick into the Ezreal if you're good at it. It's been a while since we've seen Karis, and I don't even know what he plays anymore. I have his op.gg saved, and I could probably go check, but it's been a while since I've seen Karis, and it's been a while since I checked his op.gg. His old duo laner, Gap, one of my favorite players in CK history, but I think he's retired now, probably doing military service. As we do see the Nidalee being picked up by Awesome Spear, or banned, I should say, by Awesome Spear. I'm probably expecting to ban more Trundle counters. Probably going to be banning, I'd probably say Graves next. I think Elise is probably the one that they want to let ELM Mystic have. Or, actually, maybe you leave Graves open, because then that gives them 1 AP source. You never know. It's going to be the Jace ban coming in from ELM Mystic, that one targeted towards Chasey. Who's been playing like Jace recently. Wukong going to be the other ban. They don't want Slugger to get his hands on that one. He's had some Beyblade-like games recently with the Wukong. Kind of surprised to see both the Elise and the Graves open. So, banning flex picks, it seems to be ELM Mystic strategy here. They don't want to give Awesome Spear too much flexibility with this next pick. Zeus might be playing the Pike, which would be exciting. But Akali being hovered, that's also been interesting. It's going to be the Tom Kench. Of course, leads us to the last two picks. We don't have our solo laners yet, unless that Volibear is going to a solo lane. Volibear jungle not bad in the Trundle, but you definitely want to have one of the counters, as we do see the Corki being picked up by Scarlet. He likes to play those ranged AD mid laners, like the Lucian, like the Varus, like the Corki. So now we go last pick out of all the Mystic. It's going to be the Mordekaiser. So Slugger playing Mordekaiser, something we haven't seen in quite some time. So it will be the Volibear jungle. Which means it's time for Awesome Spear to pick their top laner. The Karma will be made, maybe going top. It might be a Karma top. Oh, actually, if it just might be the Karma top. Karma top not bad in the Mordekaiser, all things considered. Oh, but they're going to go with the Aatrox. So the Aatrox versus Mordekaiser top lane matchup. Something that we saw a lot of in the spring, not so much in the summer. Mordekaiser kind of falling off. But we are seeing him being picked up again, so that'll be interesting to see. Slugger's going to have a nice time with that one. So just like that, draft is finished, and we'll be going into the loading screen in just a moment. It's going to be an interesting one. These drafts, pretty standard, all things considered. Nothing too surprising coming out. Would have liked to see the Karma top. That would have been something I would have enjoyed watching, but instead it's going to be the Karma mid. So here we go, Element Mystic Awesome Spear, the first time they faced off this split. Karis making his long-awaited return onto the Summoner's Rift. Going to be having Shark as his ADC. We'll see how the two of them do. So this is fairly standard. Oh, actually, it was a little spooky there. Zoo's going to put down the ward. It's probably going to be cleared out. Thresh coming back with a red trinket. It'll be available soon, and Karis going to kill off that ward. They'll be able to get that XP for themselves. And I do see Karis walking around, making sure that they're not playing anything. They're picking out that ward, but it doesn't look like they're going to clear it. So they will not be clearing that ward that Zeus put down, so they will have the information for that red buff if player goes blue to red. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, Scarlet going to try to already push this in. Trying to force Crow to CS under his turret this early. Two of them are doing a pretty good job clearing it out, though. Crow doing a nice job matching Scarlet's clear. About half a caster behind as far as that goes. Meanwhile, on the top lane, ooh, JC already landing some nice poke on the Slugger. Ooh, Slugger trading that back. Crush did go from the red to blue, so he's going to have that double buff to fast clear the rest of his camps. Probably going to go bot to top. Scarlet's... Oh, misses that one. Top laner's hitting level 2. Looks like Cars and Shark hit level 2 first, which means they get the Zone Away Prince, and Zeus. Prince taking a lot of damage there from Shark's Q landing. Another poke being landed. Poke thrown by Cars, not going to land, but Crush will instead go up to the top lane to farm, or top side to farm these Raptors. As we're just watching the farm state between these two teams. Don't expect to see a whole lot of pro activity for a couple of minutes. Although Scuttle Crabs are spawning. But it does seem like Crush and Flare are going to trade bot for top. As far as that goes, Flare just about done with his Krug, so he should be finishing up this, or going over to the bot lane Scuttle soon. Now the thing is, bot lane does have priority, and there isn't any vision by Austin Spear, so we could potentially see Flare try to set up a lane gank. Chasey, ooh, already setting up a very annoying state Wayne, Wayne, lane state in the top side. Minions in a tough spot for him to CS under tower efficiently, so gonna miss on a good amount of CS. So the thing I did want to talk about is the lethal tempo on the Corki. It's something I don't think I've seen before, is the lethal tempo on the Corki. I think I almost always see fleet footwork for sustain, but went for the lethal tempo instead. Not bad, considering how much damage your auto attacks do, and later in the game that lethal tempo is going to be very strong. As we are going to see Crush go for the gank in the mid lane. Scarlet flashing away, but Crush going to be following. First blood going over to him, and already Austin Spear off to a good start. Once again, Crush having a fantastic early game. I didn't expect him to gank bot there. Or to gank mid, I should say, not bot. So we do see a replay of the gank. Crush coming around at the perfect time, and unfortunately no escape capability up for Scarlet besides the flash, but the flash was followed up by Crush. And gotta be careful. Gotta be aware of the possible Trundle ganks. Scarlet does have that level 6 now. Let's see if he can use that to get priority back in the mid lane. Slugger just farming that one up. We need to change that tier count to 3. Well, ooh, Zeus eating up the Scuttle Crab and spitting it out very far away. They're going to try to kill it in their own... That is very creative from Crush and Zeus. That is very creative. You're going to see Crush try to visit mid lane again. That's another snare. And Crush not going to throw out the pillar. Didn't think that he was in a good spot for that one. I guess they thought that he wasn't. They weren't going to be able to get that kill, which they probably wouldn't have. But it was still. It didn't come off. I thought it would have come off cooldown by then. Karis using the dematerializer there, trying to make the play. That would have been the Reddit play, but Karis not able to find the hook after the dematerializer was used. Everybody bought level 5. Cars looking like he wants to go clear vision. Might be able to find that control ward in the dragon pit. Yeah, he's speaking that he wants to go there. So we do see top lane a little trade going on. Shark gonna start working on this dragon here as Karis is gonna clear out the ward and probably lantern. Oh, he's not gonna. Oh, there it is. Brush hovering nearby, but knows he has to give up the cloud, and his lanes don't have the priority for it. And Scarlet does have package, so they certainly don't want to fight in that situation. So instead, we're gonna go back to starting farming the mid lane. Hopefully, he uses the package soon. It's about half, a little bit more than half. He's trying to find our own, but every time he goes somewhere, he's spotted. Scarlet going to use the package to take the Raptors and walk away. Scarlet Eve ranked 1 to 24 seconds. Holy shit, I didn't know it was that long. I knew it was long, but I thought it was like maybe 15 at the most. Although it makes sense that it's 24. It'd be very broken if it was any shorter than that early, but Crush. Looks like he is going to start off this Herald. But ooh, we might see a response from the Mystic. Looks like they want to try to get that towards that direction. 3k health. Meanwhile, the top lane Slugger very low, which is going to allow Chasey to go down here. I don't think they can fight this now, and they realize that. They're going to back off and give up the Herald to them. Slugger, unfortunately, too low. And I think they're going to immediately take this top side. We'll see what they do with that one. Big wave being crashed in here. Nice mantra Q from Crow. Scarlet's going to be able to get most of that CS, and they're still even in CS. Chicken or beef? What kind of question? What? Why do I always get asked the weirdest questions? It's only the Brazilian fans that ask me the weird questions too. Like there's this one, like I remember a stream last split where like someone kept asking me someone asked me who my celebrity crush was, and I was like, what? It's always the Brazilian fans that ask me the weird questions like that. I'm telling you, that's why Brazilian fans are the best, man. They're the best fans. I mean, I might be wrong. I just assume that you're Brazilian because the name is MIBR is overrated. I might be completely wrong on that one. I meme on Brazilian fans? Oh, well. Regardless, I get asked weird questions. And most of the time it's Brazilian fans. But as far as that question goes, I think beef is better than chicken. You can do more with beef. I'm gonna pause what I'm saying because Chasey might want beef. He definitely wants the kill. Crush gonna pop the ultimate secure for himself. And Chasey wanted beef, and Slugger got slaughtered like a chicken. Chasey, if he were a solo queue top laner, would certainly be spamming KS in all chat. As we do see Flare doing a good amount of damage on the Chasey. Flare's going to kill off the Scuttle Crab pretty quickly, but they do get the charge off, which is all they needed. We'll see if Slugger wants to teleport or if he wants to walk. Looks like he wants to walk. Coming back with the Thorn Mail. Something that we actually don't see a lot done by Mordekaisers, which they should be doing, is the Thorn Mail buy into the H-Rocks. Have you ever considered a career in rapping? No. 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 Never. That's not a weird question, though. That's actually a pretty good question. Speaking of questions, I'm questioning how the Mystic are going to find their way back into the driver's seat in this game. They do scale, that is the thing. They do scale very nice with the Aphelios, with the Corki going to scale very hard. And we'll see what the Mordekaiser builds if he's going to scale. Leandries would certainly help him scale into this team. A lot of HP on the side of Awesome Spear. Scarlet. Ooh. Using the package defensively there after getting a trade in with Crow. Skarsh tried to get the hook recall. the swag started. That's something that I've seen sometimes in solo queue that Thresh mains like to do, like hook and then recall, just because it looks cool. And oh, that hook barely missing on Zeus. That would have certainly spelled disaster. Scarlet. Not sure what he's doing popping the stopwatch there, but it's gonna mean he's gonna die. Okay. Scarlet not having the best game so far. Now the hook gonna miss from Karis. Not really sure what the purpose to that stopwatch was. I think if he would have flashed, maybe he misclicked, maybe he meant to flash, but fat fingered the stopwatch. Not entirely sure why he did that. Certainly not optimal, as Fresh is gonna try to cheese Flare by leaving his little wolf, but he's gonna kill that one off to make sure it resets. Karis look for the mid roam, but instead is just gonna clear the ward. Slayer. Oh, Zeus might be in trouble here. Nope, actually, they're not going to go on to him. Flare trying to trade back. Oh, actually, Aphelios just got the first turret in the bot lane. Didn't even notice that. It wasn't any plating, but he did get the first turret. Gonna get a good amount of solo gold for that one. And Prince puts down the control ward, which is just going to be killed by Flare, so that's another free CS for that one. As we do see Crush once again going for the Herald. Oh, the Mystic do have two dragons, and they do have the Ocean Soul, so the map state does certainly favor them. And yeah, AC Masterpiece bringing up a very good point. If a pizza needs ranch, or if it needs any dressing, it's not a good pizza. That's absolutely right. If you're putting ranch on your pizza, that's a disgusting ass pizza. It's kind of like how my friend's like a big sake person. And all the time he talks about how hot sake is always usually gross sake, and it's like if it needs to be heated up, it's probably low quality and disgusting. Shark gonna kill off that Herald, get that back 25 gold in his pocket. Deep dish pizza is just pie? All pizza's pie. That's why you call it a pizza pie. Pizza, in theory, is pie. Me and my friend have conversations like this all the time. Like the other day, I asked him, uh, I asked him, is a sausage wrap a taco? Because you have like think about it. A sausage wrap is a taco. You can't prove me wrong. Like, the sausage wrap. Not everybody knows what a sausage wrap is. I've talked to some people that don't know what that is. You get like a tortilla, and you get a barbecue sausage. You wrap that bitch in a tortilla, and there's your sausage wrap. You can put out whatever else you want in there too. It's good stuff. As my K Kona brothers would say, put that shit in the tortilla. Put put it right there in the tortilla. Get that sausage on that corn tortilla. Make yourself a nice sausage taco. Jeez. So there's the package being used by Scarlet, and he might have bitten off more than he could chew. Almost killed off by Prince there. Needs to be a little bit more careful. That's gonna prompt Crush to start the dragon. Flare looks like he wants to contest this one though. Puts down the control ward. Slugger trying to go in, avoids the Karma Snare. 3k, about 3k health on that one. Scarlet is teleporting in. He's going to be in a very rough spot though. He's going to be in the middle of all this. Let's see what he can do. Flare going to be ulting in, but he's going to go down. Scarlet trying to make something happen. Slugger in the death realm with Chasey. Who's going to win that one between the two of them? It's hard to tell. Popping the stopwatch as he comes out of it. Gets the Q flash. He's going to get the kill, but that is going to be Awesome Spear. Picking up the dragon. Going to put them on the track. Oh. Going to put them on track to make the comeback start to happen. Well, it's not really a comeback if they're ahead. They're just behind in dragons. If you take a look at the replay, very sloppy fight from Melton and Mystic, all things considered. Karis brought very low early on in the fight, and then Flare just going in. Had ultimate, didn't use it until he was already about to die. And Slugger did manage to get Chasey in the end, but very good way to salvage a very bad situation. Good job by Slugger. But we are going to probably go back into the farm state between these two teams. Zeus using the ultimate to try to get himself the river and get some vision control. I think Elma Mystic, what they want to do is, but they probably shouldn't have taken that fight. Since they had the true dragon advantage, should have just let them take the one ocean and use that opportunity to get money elsewhere by CSing or denying jungle camps in the enemy. Can't really do it in the bottom though. You have to do it on top side. Have to go take their camps, get some CS. So with the comp the way it skills that it does, I think you don't mind giving up that first ocean, but they do mind giving it up if they're losing team fights as a result. Scarlet gonna spot out that controller with one of his own, but is going to go down. Chasey going to finish off the stop turret. It's going to give them their third tower of the game so far. Ezreal ultimate going out. Sure Shot Barrage going to hit Karis and Flare, tagging them for a good amount of health each. Nice Q there from Crow. Hook thrown out from Karis to see if they can make a play on the Crush here. Who's brought a little damage brought onto him, but Prince looking like he wants to do some damage on his own. Scarlet throwing out some ultimates. Those Corky Rockets are starting to add up. The damage is starting to pile and pile and pile. Let's see if he can keep finding this poke. See, I think Element Mystic's comp would have been better if they would have been the ones to pick Ezreal instead of playing the Aphelios. Because Ezreal poke plus Trundle, not Trundle, sorry, I don't know why I said Trundle. Corky poke. Yeah, that Trundle poke, that pillar. Better watch out. That adds up. But regardless, yeah, the damage, the poke would have been a lot stronger, but they only have that one source of poke. And then Awesome Spear, Ezreal feels kind of out of place. I mean, they do have that Karma, though, so that is a lot of poke. I would have liked to see Elma Mystic take Karma first pick, and then pick the Ezreal If not, Ash would have been good if Austin Spear would have picked Ezreal. Ash poke can be pretty annoying sometimes with that W. Scarlet going to be pushing that one in, and Awesome Spear on the run now, trying to, or on the hunt, I should say, not on the run. They're definitely being proactive, not reactive. Certainly a situation where Austin Spear need to be proactive. Not much happening on the map, and they need to try to maintain their lead. Well, they can maintain it naturally is the thing, but naturally maintaining your lead into an Aphelios Corki, probably not the best thing. You want to try to further spread that lead. It's another aspect I like to talk about is like your technical lead versus your like realistic lead. Technically, Austin Spear is very much so in the lead right now. But realistically, they are ahead, but it's not the end of the world. Ooh, actually, maybe it is, because Prince doing a lot of damage. Do you normally... Oh, wait a minute. Slugger just took red buff. That's not something you like to see. You usually like to give that red buff to your ADC. It's Prince. Trying to find something on the Chorus. Getting a large majority of that. Lots of rockets coming out from the Corki there. There's going to be another Ocean going over to Austin Spear, so that means that the Dragon score is tied up, and if Austin Spear get the next Ocean, it's going to be very problematic for ELM Mystic. They only had to get 2 of the next 4, but they've already dropped 2. Or 2 of the next 5, I should say. Already dropped 2. So there's going to be Scarlet. Using the package defensively. Prince putting that on the mid lane, and Chasey going to be fighting Slugger here. I don't know if that's the fight he wants to take, though. Slugger going to be fighting his passive pretty early. Just decided to save the ultimate there. Wasn't sure where the rest of Austin Spear were, so he didn't want to take that fight, but now they know where the rest of Austin Spear are as they're chasing away Chorus. Chorus fortunately able to escape that one. Scarlet coming around, trying to find something. Trying to find some poke, trying to get some information. Not able to get any, though. Why the fuck? What the fuck? Why is that on? Hold on, actually, why is that on? Alert box. Let me delete that. Yes. Hold on 1 second. Why the fuck? I shouldn't have made noise. I thought I turned the alert box off. There we go. Alright, we're back. No more alert box. And as we come back, we're seeing Awesome Spear. Thanks for the subscription, though. MIBR is overrated. I actually need to update the spreadsheet. I didn't have any subs that gambled until now. Speaking of gamble, ELM Mystic taking a gamble on this fight here in the choke point. Don't know if that's it, because now Prince moving forward. Not going to find any killers, but doing a ton of damage on the way out. And Austin Spear going to go back onto the Baron. ELM Mystic, let's see if they want to do something about it. True Shot Barrage not going to even find anybody. Not going to get any information out of that one. About half health on that Baron. A lot of poke coming out from Scarlet. Awesome Spear going to be able to sustain a lot of that back up, though. Carr is fighting the hook, but he has to pop the stopwatch. He's in a lot of trouble. Really big play by Slugger. He pulls in everybody, gets the passive, and he's taking Chasey into the death room, trying to find the kill there. Pops the W, but he's going to come out in the middle of 5 members, and he's going to go down. ELM Mystic hanging him out to dry as they're going to turn on to the Baron. Should be able to take it uncontested now. Let's see if maybe Flair wants to try something here. Has the ultimate, has the flash. Let's see what he wants to do. They're going to look to trade the mid turret in exchange. Flair going in. 2k health on the Baron. They're not going to be able to go in there. There's going to be the Baron going over 2 Awesome Spears. They're going to channel the recalls. And get on out of there. Oh, that's the wrong one. Now we're going to be at an interesting state where Awesome Spear could pretty much just brute force their way into a nice map setup for this next Ocean that's going to take them to Soul Point. But they could potentially end the game before then because they have a very monstrous lead right now, and no one on the side of Element Mystic can kill anybody. Is Chasey proving that point, going one-on-one with Slugger and beating him as the rest of the team shows up to back him up. Letting the Goon Squad finish the work as they're going to find the kill there, and they're going to move on to this bot lane turret. They're setting up a 4-1 here. Karma in the mid lane. Element Mystic, not much they can do, just but watch as their base is taken out. Going to try to get an anti-siege set up. Going to try to do something. Scarlet already taken so low, has to use a W defensively. Doesn't have package, I don't think. There's now Awesome Spear resetting this 4-1 by sending the Aatrox in the Karma back bot lane. They're going to be able to take this bot lane inhibitor turret and see if they can get the inhibitor. Should be able to. I don't think there's any way that Element Mystic can prevent this. And they should be able to rotate mid now and take that next. As all Element Mystic can do is clear minions and watch as their base is destroyed in front of them. Now Awesome Spear. They're going to get flanked by Slugger here. Let's see what they can do. Element Mystic trying to find the fight to the need. Shark outputting a lot of damage. This might be what they're looking for. Let's see. Scarlet also outputting a lot of damage. Prince had to get away there, but I don't think this is going to be any way that Element Mystic can win this one because Chasey is popping off. Make that a double kill. Can he find more? Make that a triple kill. Chasey going in. Slugger the only one remaining, but he's certainly going to go down here. That's going to be the ace for Awesome Spear. And it should be the end of the game as Prince is teleported back and he's going to look to end it. Another teleport being used by Crow so that he can get the reset as well. And they're going to look to end this game using the home guard to get up. Tanking the turret shots so that the minions can stay healthy, I suppose. Uses the Mantra E just to give everybody Ardent. And they're going to be able to end the game. Good job, the Awesome Spear. 30-minute game. They're going to be able to win this one. Taking this one to 1-0. GG. Let's see here. But yeah, just like that, it's going to be Awesome Spear taking the first game. So they're going to be on a, I think that's a 5-game win streak now. Now they've won 5 games in a row. Let's see if they can make it 6 and make this a 2-0. Very impressive out of them. Element Mystic looking like they're definitely struggling. The teamwork in general, the macro play that Awesome Spear make whenever they play, whenever on their good days, the macro play is just something else. Oh wait, did someone just donate? That's awkward. I have alert box off, so I can't see the donation. Hold on. Oh yeah, MIBR is overrated. Asked a very good question. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, I have something to show you. Let's see here. See if I can find it is the question. Oh, here it is. As we're gonna watch the replay of this last fight. And yeah, Chasey just getting strong on that Aatrox. Certainly doing a lot better than he did last split in the mid lane so far in the top lane this year. As we do see the post game damage, Prince doing the most damage. Slugger right behind him with the second most. That's the power of Leandries for you. Third most is Chasey. Fourth is Scarlet. And fifth is going to go over to Shark. So we'll be right back. Are we going to see a 6-game win streak from Austin Spear? Will ELM and Mystic snap their win streak and force us to win the 3 games? We'll find out in just a moment. We'll be right back.